Well, everybody, we are out here again today helping Medcalf construction. Let's go see what he's gotten done. All right, everything looks amazing that Mr. Medcalf has done. Tying together well. If you guys remember, this is the crawl space up there, up those steps and the footers that we dug around here. We still haven't found Dennis. We've been looking here, there, and everywhere. Uh-oh. I think I found him. Let's go see what Dennis is doing. And let's go see what Dennis is going to have us do. That might be the more interesting part. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, young man.
How are you today?
Pretty good.
You hanging in there?
Oh, yeah.
It's been raining. It's wet. It's muddy.
Yeah. Did you show him the...
I did. That looks awesome, man.
Yep.
Right there. That looks real good. How'd the footers and the crawl space work out that we dug?
Perfect.
Excellent.
Perfect. Had
So
just enough what we need to plumbing and everything. So heat and air.
So what disaster do you have me digging today?
Well, we are fixing something that shouldn't have been done in the first place. This is one of the ways not to do it.
That's what we like. Tell us how not to do it, Dennis.
Well,
so let's get up here a little closer.
You don't put 4-inch block like they did.
This is the 4-inch block that Dennis is pointing out.
Brick ledge down below.
You can see multiple of those there. So what you're saying is this isn't proper to lay brick on. Well, it looks like they had a concrete pad on top of it.
Yeah, but that's a no-no.
So there's a 4-inch pad on top of that 4-inch block.
Yeah.
And you're saying, no, don't do that. Stupid.
No, because this, and then they backfilled with sand. That was another thing. And you can see the water problems it caused.
Yeah,
because it pushed in.
I was going to get to there. So what Dennis is saying, let's back up here and give you a proper elevational view. You guys saw me point out the 4-inch blocks up there. There was a 4-inch concrete pad poured over top. It was 8 inches. 8-inch concrete pad poured over top of this to get the concrete up to the level needed, where you see that line going along the house right there, to lay brick on top of the pad. What Dennis is saying is don't do that, because when the brick is on top of the pad and the pad isn't pitched properly, the water comes off the pad, hits the seal plate, all this lovely stuff, the band board, and it rots it out. So what are you saying they should have done, Dennis? Mr. Expert.
Laid the brick first and then poured the pad.
But there's no brick ledge, Dennis.
There is. It's setting down 2 courses.
So Dennis says if we get down in here,
Oh, it's there, I promise you.
that 4-inch block is setting on the brick ledge, which is where the brick should have started, came all the way up the house, and then this footer could have had a 4-inch pad poured on it, or 8-inch, whatever you want, but the brick would have been against the house and the pad would have been poured against the brick, not under the brick.
Correct.
Which then could have made a proper seal, because all the moisture, if it was poured incorrectly, would have ended up down here in your backfill instead of on your boards.
Yep, it went through the sump pump and out the door.
Which the sump pump being the drainage that's going down to the actual foundation of the home.
Correct.
And then it would have been collected in the sump pump, probably in one of the corners, and see you bye.
Which the sump pump, which
was the pipe that wasn't glued together over there?
Well, one of them. But we're gonna dig this out today, cause I got to shore up the house on the inside, cause right here the wall bows in.
So what you're saying is, because the brick was not put in properly and the pad was poured improperly, it has also caused not only a moisture damage on the band board and the sill plate, but also is making the basement wall lean in.
Bowed in, yes.
That's not good. That's the entire foundation of the house.
Pretty much.
Which is why they hired the expert, right?
That's right.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to hog all of this fill out of here. Dennis claims that it's only 3 feet below where he's standing, that we've got to come down. Once we get to that level, that's going to get him to the point that he needs to take all of that block out. When I say all that block, I'm talking this block. You're going to put in a 10-inch block instead of an 8-inch block, so that you end up with the proper brick ledge out here where it belongs, so you can pour your concrete up to your brick instead of under your brick.
Correct. And then we'll core pour with rebar, and then we'll bend it over into the slab going in on the porch. It'll never move again.
Because it will be tied to the core poured wall,
And
the footer, and the concrete, in which will be poured to cap the porch.
Correct.
Instead of using the cap of the porch as the support for the brick.
Correct.
That's all very confusing. Makes sense to us. If you guys have any questions, put it in the comments. I'll be sure to answer them for you. You ready to dig this thing out? There's no obstructions. There's not a roof over top.
No. Hey, but
there's not a house on the back side.
We can't hit the ceiling. We can't touch the basement wall because we don't want to push no further than what it is. Hopefully I got a good operator today, which we had one last time. He did a good job.
So you said hopefully. There's doubt in your voice.
Well, I gotta make this video interesting. So.
Yeah, so DP is not here. DP's working on equipment on a rainy day. He sent me, so obviously he trusts me. We're gonna make it work.
If not, hey.
It may look like we are gonna struggle our butts off to dig this because of how we have to dig it with the elevation obstruction and the home. So realistically, guys, we've got to set our excavator out here, so we can't run over their bushes and come in from that side.
Don't block a brick out here.
And we cannot remove the foundation of the original porch. It has to stay in place.
If we don't have to.
Correct. So we got a elevation obstruction. You got to remember the boom and the stick get pretty tall when you pull yourself in when you want to rake your dirt. So realistically, we're probably not going to be able to do that. We're going to see how tight it gets, but we're probably going to take the bucket, scoop dirt, dump dirt, scoop dirt, dump dirt, so we relieve the pressure off the wall, and then we can reach in there. We might even have to track backwards as we drag the dirt off the house.
Or shovel it, but that's got to come out today.
It's coming out today.
So I can tear that wall out Wednesday.
And we don't have any impending storms that are supposed to hit at 12:45, but hey.
Maybe in Perry County, but not in Spencer County.
Well, it's stated it's going to hit Tell City at 12:50. So we're right there on the line, man.
That's Perry County.
Yeah, we're not far, but we're gonna make it work. Let's get this going.
We can be close enough to say we're going to be close to Kentucky. Nothing against Kentucky, but we're down that far south.
Nothing against Kentucky. No one even said anything about it, but you. Go. All right. Well, let's get going.
All righty.
All right, so we got the Mini over here. You can see we're pretty tight there. We're not going to be able to boom up much at all. Yes, I have a foot of clearance right now, but by the time you swing that stick in and out, that top link there gets a little bit higher. So this is going to be a fun one. We're going to take our time. We're going to get it out of here where Dennis can get a good repair done. But you know, normally you would want to set on that end, reach as far as you can and scrape that back, so you're not putting much pressure on the wall because you're digging in the center, and then the rest of that dirt will fall off into your trench that you have dug. But we've got landscaping on both sides that the homeowner does not want tore up, so we can't do it that route. So we're gonna have to take one bucket at a time and just track down through here. Dennis is he's got a skid steer sitting over there. We're gonna keep our blade pretty close to the ground. We're gonna put our dirt as far away from myself as I can for Dennis to scoop up with the skid steer and pack it right over there on that other spoil pile that's basically sand right now, but we're gonna create a spoil pile on our side of it there. And then if he can't get anything, we'll use our blade to shove it up so that he can get the rest of it. All right, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna go for it. So let's get to digging. All right, well, we got some of this hogged out here. Get down in here and show you guys what we're looking at. So we got a foundation to the porch that we're trying to keep intact. This is the brick ledge that we were trying to explain to you guys earlier that 4-inch block is sitting on. I'll show you here. You see that brick ledge there? That's where the actual brick should have went down to, instead of that porch foundation coming over and tying in like it is. Let me back up. That foundation could have tied in like it is, but they should have ran their brick up and over that and then poured their concrete slab over to the brick instead of pouring the pad and setting the brick on top. So we are trying to get down to this course here, and then Dennis is going to take all these courses out and replace them with 10-inch all the way up. So that'll put his brick ledge basically right here at this exact same level, and then the brick can just run straight over, set on that brick ledge, and then the concrete can be poured up against that brick. So we're making great progress. The thumb doesn't allow me to get as deep as what we'd prefer, as the thumb ends up hitting the wall there. So we're digging it out as deep as we can, and then they're going to take the shovel and keep it over where the bucket's at, scoop it, take it out. Let's get some more dirt hogged out. All right, we got her dug.
Got her done.
Yep, the porch foundation has just a few small cracks in it, but Dennis is going to take care of that and fix it up. Found the brick ledge all the way down. The plan is to do it correctly. Dennis has also visually seen where some other things have settled, and he's going to fix that while he's in here. But you guys saw in the time lapse there, we take that bucket, scoop, and then pull over as far as we can. The reason we were staying off of this wall is because we didn't want to make any of this any worse than it already was. And then also the actual footer for that is right here. So that's nothing but concrete. So we were getting right up against it and then pulling straight up the wall. Trying to save the footer and the wall. What we got to say? Did we do a good job?
Good job.
Worth some fist bumping?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except for them 3 blocks.
Except for those 3 blocks. The very first scoop, the sand pressure, there's no teeth marks on them, but the pressure of the sand knocked them loose. Very first bucket.
Hey, at least you didn't put a bucket through that wall there.
So yeah, the actual homeowner said, I haven't seen the bucket come through the wall yet, and
No.
we were about halfway, and I said, don't jinx us now.
Yeah. Now I can get that tore down and get it relayed back, core port like it should have been. And then run the rebar into the porch slab, replace that band board, and then it'll be put back right.
And if Dennis thinks about it, I'm gonna make a request. After you get it core filled and your rebar 90s poured in place and made, can you send me a picture and I'll put it on this video?
For a nickel.
For a nickel.
Yeah.
How about 2.5 cents? I'm in negotiation mode today.
No, ain't no negotiating here. I gotta save this guy money.
3 cents.
4 will make it even.
4 it is. Deal. See, negotiations always work.
Yep.
Well, that's the end of this video. They've got a little bit of sandy stuff to clean off those edges. Dennis said he's also going to go back with some 92s to truly put in here what belongs. 11s, 92s, seepage 5s. The 92s have a lot more lime in them, which will pack it in nice and tight. And since this foundation has some small cracks in it, nothing major except for where my sand in the bucket loosened those, he wants to make sure this is packed really good and tight, and he's pretty confident the foundation drain for the house is sufficing right now. The ultimate question is there water in the hole? Obviously we can't see down in the hole, but we're pretty confident there is, which is what made the wall push in. He's going to get that fixed, get everything put back.
Waterproof.
Waterproofing.
Lay the brick, pour the porch, and back to square one.
We appreciate your business, sir.
We appreciate your business. Thanks for getting to me as soon as you can.
Hey man, when Dennis Medcalf with Medcalf Construction calls, typically we drop what we're doing, whether it's Mike or me or whoever. We show up, don't we?
That's right. That's exactly right.
And on this one, Dennis called and said, remember that house we were at? You remember that porch I said that was going to be fine? Well, it's not fine. Can you be here tomorrow?
No, I called you last week.
He called me on a Thursday. We had just started a pond job, so wasn't able to pull off on Friday.
That's because your pond's full of water right now.
But we were able to pull off of the pond job because we got 5 inches of rain over the weekend. Mike's working on some other stuff, and I was able to come out here and help Dennis out to get this dug. So that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. As always, like, comment, subscribe.